So in this question, we can say that it's based on ratio and percentages. So it says Alex, Bobby, and Chris share strawberries in the ratio of this 3 is to 2 is to 2. Chris receives 12 strawberries. We need to work out the number of strawberries shared. And then in a sale, the shop reduces all prices by 12%. Dina buys a book which has an original price of $6.5. Calculate how much Dina pays for the book. And then Eliu pays $11 for a toy. Calculate the original price of the toy. And then Ferry invests some money. The rate of interest for the first year is 2.5%. At the end of the second year, the overall percentage increase is 6.6%. Find the rate of interest for the second year. And then we have the part D, which is about the radioactive substance decays at an exponential rate of 2% a day. Initial mass 80 grams. Find the mass at the end of 5 days. How many more whole days after 5 days does it take for the mass to reduce to less than 67 grams? So this is lots of it's in this question, as it usually is. So to start working out, so all the bits are quite easy. So the first part, Alex, Bobby, and Chris share strawberries in the ratio of this. So suppose the total number of strawberries is X. Then we can say that Chris's share, Chris is the last person here, so that's 2. So we 2 out of 3 into 5 into 7 times X is equal to 12. So X would be 7 times, not 7, 2 times 6 is 12. Then X is 42. So the answer is 42. And then the next bit, in a sale, a shop reduces all prices by 12%. Dina buys a book which has an original price of this. How much does she pay for the book? So she would be paying, it's reduced by 12%. So it would be 100 minus 12, that is 88%. So 88% I can write as 0.88 multiplied by 6.50. And then the answer is 5.72. That's how much she would pay. Then Eliu pays $11 for the toy. Calculate the original price of the toy. It's a continuation of the same question. So it's part 2 of the part B, second part of the part B. So that's all prices are reduced by 12. So final price is this. So suppose the original price is, I don't know, suppose the original price is Y. So if Y was the original price of the toy, then it would be 0.88 times Y is equal to 11. So Y would be 11 over 0.88, and that is equal to 12.5. So the answer would be $12.50. Then Ferry invests some money. The rate of interest for the first year is 2.5%. The end of the second year, the overall percentage increase is 6.6%. Find the rate of interest for the second year. So suppose the money invested is P. So the invested money is P, suppose. So then we can say that's the money invested. And the interest rate for the first year is 2.5%. So in the first year, the money or the amount, we say would be, the interest is that, so it would be 100 plus 2.5. So 102.5 or 1.025 multiplied by P. So the amount of money would be 1.025p. Okay, so then at the end of the second year, the overall percentage increase is 6.6%. So at the end of the second year, the amount would be, so I can write second year, the amount would be, the increase is 6.6%. So once again, it's 106.6, so 1066 decimal point times P. So the rate of interest would be, therefore, rate of interest would be, we have to subtract, so 1.066p minus 1.025p divided by the initial value 1.025p multiplied by 100. So the p's get cancelled out, or we can write another step here. Divided 1.0. So that is 0.041p over 1.025p multiplied by 100. For 1. So that is 4%. So the answer would be 4%. So for the final part of the question, that's the D part. The radioactive substance decays at an exponential rate of 2% per day. The initial mass is 80 grams. The mass at the end of 5 days. So what we would do is 80 multiplied by the percentage of that we would apply is, it is decaying, so it is reducing. So it would be 100 minus 2, that's 98. So 0.98 and then to the power 5 because it's after 5 days. And the answer 5 multiplied by 80, that's 72.31 1 gram, and so on. So I can write it as 72.31 as the answer. And then it says, find after how many more whole days after day 5 it takes for the mass to reduce to less than 67 gram. So it has to, of course, be more than 5, isn't it? So if we just work out some random numbers, try it out with 7. So if I did 80 times 0.98 to the power 7, I would get 69.45. So then it has to be more. So why don't I try 80 times 0.98 to the power 8. So I get 68 now. Maybe it'll be 7. So let me try. Sorry, 9, not 7. I'm going backwards. 80 multiplied by 0.98 to the power 9. So that is 66.699 and so on. That is 66.7, which is less than 67. So the answer is 9 days. So 9 minus 5 was after 5 days. That is 4 days. So the answer would be 4 days. How many whole days? That's 4 days. 4 whole days. So that's the answer. That's, hold on, it's very hard.